A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Jackson, flush to his right. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Moore now to return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. Got it complete to Crabtree. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Good throw there to start the 2nd possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw 1st possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick six. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the 1st quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, New Orleans. Todd Gurley 69 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Lutz now to kick this one away. Moore now on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake, here's Jackson rolling to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Third down, Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop you, keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Jackson over the middle here to Brown. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
All right, here we go.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
All right, here we go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now a handoff looking right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a third and about 13. Now Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 30. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. To throw on third down, Brady. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here's Lewis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they've got that lead so far. One interception for him, no touchdown passes. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. From the pistol, it's Gurley. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Crabtree with it over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Collins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right at the 35. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Jackson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jackson dancing to his left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson being chased out left. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. That one was intended for John Brown, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. The return man, Chris Moore. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Jackson now, eluding the pressure right. He's going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Hang on here. They declined that. So the yardage will stand.
There has to be confusion coming from the bench to the field about what their intentions are, because you guarantee they want the penalty. Turned down that big yardage gained against them. Instead, they turned down the penalty, and the yardage stands.
Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And again, it's Collins. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Collins on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On third down, Brady wide open, Gronkowski. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On first down, it's Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Gurley again here on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first and 10, here's Brady. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Now Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Here's Brady. Buying time. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points. Because they were well within range. Of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him a contract. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that would help him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Super tall.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And his throw is incomplete. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty...
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets him 13 yards. A huge play on special teams. It's a first down. So they snap. It straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. J.J. Watt. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down again. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Damon Harrison in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyler Davison in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll go for it. It's Brady. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Brady. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Gone!
Now Jackson on second down. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
All right, here we go.
To throw again is Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Brady to throw on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
The Saints on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now Brady. He finds Beckham complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on third with Solid gain of 23. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Brady going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested. All the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Brady going to go on fourth down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Zadarius Smith not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Over the middle here to Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. To throw is Brady. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. 20. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big gain there, and that should certainly